Have you ever walked into your home and felt a strange heaviness? Like something unseen is disturbing your peace? Sometimes that feeling isn't just stress or bad mood, it's a spiritual sign. Allah may be reminding you to cleanse your home, your heart and your energy, because when negativity fills your space, Barakah quietly leaves. But the moment you reconnect with Allah, every corner of your home starts to glow again. Let's uncover how to remove negativity and invite divine blessings back into your life. Starting today, in Islam, cleanliness and purity are deeply connected to one's faith. The Prophet Muhammad said, cleanliness is half of faith. Sahih Muslim. While this primarily refers to physical and spiritual cleanliness, many elements in creation serve as natural symbols of purification, and salt is one of them. Simple yet powerful. Salt is a pure substance that Allah created with numerous benefits, both physical and spiritual. Its natural ability to cleanse, preserve, and protect makes it a fitting reminder of how believers should guard their homes and hearts from impurity and negativity. Salt has long been seen as a purifier. It removes filth, neutralizes toxins, and preserves food from decay. In this way, it reflects a spiritual truth. Just as salt prevents corruption in physical matter, faith prevents corruption in the soul. The act of using salt in certain areas of one's home is not about superstition, but about symbolism. A physical gesture reminding us to cleanse our spaces and ourselves from negativity, arrogance, and heedlessness. Everything in Islam returns to niyyah, intention. Placing salt, cleaning with it, or even using it as part of home purification only holds meaning when it is done with the sincere intention of seeking Allah's blessings and protection. The Quran reminds us, and we send down from the sky water that is pure. Surah Al-Furqan 25:48. Just as water purifies the body, salt can be seen as a purifier of the environment, cleansing what the eye may not see. It absorbs impurities and serves as a reminder that Allah has placed healing and protection in even the simplest creations. The Prophet encouraged believers to seek protection from the unseen harms that exist in the world through dua, remembrance, dhikr, and reliance upon Allah alone. Symbolic actions like placing salt in your home should always be rooted in tawakkul, trust in Allah, not in superstition. Moreover, salt symbolizes balance, one of the most fundamental concepts in Islam. Just as too little or too much salt can ruin food, imbalance in spiritual life can affect a believer's peace. Maintaining moderation in worship, emotion, and worldly engagement is key. Salt then is a physical reminder of the harmony we must maintain in every aspect of life, between body and soul, dunya and akhirah, this world and the hereafter. Spiritually, believers are reminded to guard their homes from both physical dirt and unseen negativity. Reciting Ayatul Al-Kursi, Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Falaq are far more powerful means of purification, but using elements like salt as part of maintaining cleanliness can complement these practices when done with awareness and sincerity. In essence, salt represents purity, protection, and humility. It is a silent servant, simple, essential, and beneficial in countless ways. Just as it preserves food from decay, faith preserves the heart from corruption. Every time you use salt to cleanse your home, let it remind you of Allah's mercy, of the importance of spiritual purity, and of your duty to keep your home and soul a place where Allah's blessings reside. In Islam, the home is more than just a physical space. It is a sacred environment that reflects the state of our hearts and the depth of our connection with Allah. A spiritually pure home brings sukoon, peace, barakah, blessing, and protection from unseen harm, while a neglected or spiritually dark home can become a source of unrest, anxiety, and negativity. Just as we clean our homes physically, Islam teaches us to purify them spiritually, for true cleanliness begins within the heart and radiates outward. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Do not turn your houses into graves. Verily, shaitan flees from the house in which Surah Al-Baqarah is recited." Sahih Muslim. This hadith beautifully captures the essence of spiritual cleansing. A home filled with remembrance of Allah through Quran recitation, dhikr, remembrance, and sincere prayer becomes a fortress against evil influences. It is not enough to decorate or clean the home externally. Without spiritual light, it remains incomplete. When you neglect remembrance, prayers, or spiritual practices in your home, negative energy begins to build up, often showing up as tension, restlessness, or constant arguments. This is because the barakah of Allah decreases where His remembrance is forgotten. The simple act of reciting Quran, saying Bismillah before daily tasks, and maintaining a routine of dhikr purifies the unseen atmosphere. Just as water cleanses the body, remembrance cleanses the heart and home. Using salt or other natural purifiers can serve as symbolic reminders of this truth. But the real cleansing happens when the home is filled with nur through obedience and taqwa, God's consciousness. When family members pray together, greet each other with peace, and keep harmful influences like gossip, arguments, and haram entertainment away, Allah fills that home with tranquility and angels of mercy. Even the physical state of a home reflects spiritual awareness. Islam places great emphasis on cleanliness, organization, and beauty. The Prophet said, Allah is beautiful and loves beauty. Sahih Muslim. A neat, organized home radiates positivity, while a neglected space often mirrors inner disorder. Keeping your surroundings clean, perfuming your rooms, and removing filth are not just physical acts. They are forms of worship when done with the intention of pleasing Allah. Furthermore, spiritual cleansing begins with the self. When hearts are burdened by sin, arrogance, or grudges, it affects the environment we live in. Asking for forgiveness, showing gratitude, and maintaining sincerity help restore peace both inwardly and outwardly. When you purify your heart, you naturally purify your space. In short, every believer must strive to make their home a reflection of their faith, a sanctuary filled with dhikr, love, and divine remembrance. Let the first place of purification be your home, because when the home is filled with light, every heart within it feels the mercy of Allah. A spiritually cleansed home becomes not just a shelter, but a space where angels dwell and Allah's blessings flow continuously. In Islam, every act begins not with the hand or the tongue, but with the heart. At the core of all actions lies niyyah, intention. It is the unseen force that transforms ordinary actions into acts of worship and meaningless habits into sources of reward. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Actions are judged by intentions, and every person will get the reward according to what they intended." Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. This single hadith summarizes the essence of Islam. It is not just what we do, but why we do it that defines our spiritual value. Understanding niyyah means understanding sincerity, akhlas. Two people can perform the same deed. One may gain immense reward and the other none at all, simply because of the difference in intention. A person might give charity to be praised, while another gives quietly for Allah's sake alone. Outwardly both gave, but inwardly only one connected to Allah. This is the subtle but powerful truth behind niyyah. It purifies the heart and directs every action toward divine purpose. The power of intention lies in its ability to elevate even the simplest daily acts into worship. When you eat, sleep, work, or care for your family, if you do it seeking Allah's pleasure, your ordinary routines become a form of ibadah, worship. The believer who sleeps intending to refresh himself for Fajr, or who works to provide halal sustenance for his family, earns continuous reward. This transforms life into a journey of spiritual mindfulness, where every breath carries purpose. Tira iktinekh bod. On the other hand, neglecting intention can drain meaning from our worship. Prayer without sincerity becomes motion. Fasting without spiritual purpose becomes hunger. Charity without humility becomes pride. Intention keeps the heart alive. It reminds us that we do not worship out of habit, but out of love and awareness of Allah. When niyyah is present, the heart aligns with faith. When it is missing, actions lose their soul. Niyyah also teaches accountability. Before any action, the believer asks, why am I doing this? Is it for Allah or for people? This moment of reflection guards the heart against showing off and self-deception. It builds sincerity, humility, and self-awareness, qualities deeply loved by Allah. Moreover, intentions can change over time, and Allah, out of His mercy, rewards us even for good intentions not fulfilled. The Prophet said that if someone sincerely intends a good deed but cannot complete it, Allah still records it as a full reward. This shows that in Allah's sight, the heart's direction matters more than the outcome. In short, niyyah is the secret key to transforming your life. Every act, big or small, holds the potential for divine connection if your heart is aligned with sincerity. When you live with pure intentions, you live consciously, purposefully, and beautifully, and every heartbeat becomes a form of remembrance of Allah. Every home carries a certain energy, a spiritual atmosphere that affects the hearts of those who live within it. In Islam, this energy is deeply tied to our actions, words, and intentions. When a home becomes filled with constant arguments, envy, gossip, or heedlessness of Allah, it begins to lose